Morning. Today's subject seminar topic is mini mental state examination, and the moderator for today's session is Supriya ma'am. Starting with the introduction, the mini mental state examination is a widely used psychometric screening assessment used to map out levels of cognitive function. It is designed for clinical use in the diagnostic process in dementia evaluation, and it is claimed to facilitate the assessment of progression and severity of dementia. The MMSE assesses various cognitive functions including memory, attention, and language. The various components of MMSE are orientation, registration, attention and calculation, recall, language, and praxis. So this is a sample questionnaire of mini mental state examination. So the total scoring is out of 30, which we do, and each of the questions which we ask the patient, we can use this as a screening tool. So each of the questions that we ask the patient, we need to give 1 mark. So in the subsequent slides, I'll be explaining about the each of the parts separately. Starting with the first part, which is orientation. So we need to ask the patient like which is the year, and after that we should ask which season, then which year, month, week, and day. So each 5 questions will carry 1 point. Then after that, same way we have to ask like where is the patient, like name of the country, name of the state, name of the city or town, and which place in that town, like hospital or home. So that will also carry 1 point each. Then next it is registration. So we should ask the patient to say names of three unrelated objects clearly and slowly, allowing approximately 1 second for each. After we have said all the three, we should ask the patient to repeat them. The number of objects the patient names correctly upon the first repetition determines the score from 0 to 3. If the patient does not repeat all three objects the first time, we should continue saying the names until the patient is able to repeat all three items up to 6 trials. We should record the number of trials it takes for the patient to learn the words. If the patient does not eventually learn all three, recall cannot be meaningfully tested. After completing this task, we should tell the patient, try to remember the words as I will ask for them after a little while. Next is attention and calculation. So we should ask the patient to begin with 100 and count backwards by subtracting 7. So we should stop after the patient has done it 5 times, and we should score the total number of correct answers. If the patient cannot or will not perform the subtraction task, we should ask the patient to spell the word world backwards. The score of the number of letters will be in the correct order will be 5, and if there is one alphabet which is not arranged properly, then the score will be 3. Next is recall. We should ask the patient if he or she can recall the three words which we previously asked him in the previous section, or like if they can remember the word or not. So if they can remember, then again those three words we should ask them. We should give like each 1 point for each word. Next is language and praxis. So the first component is naming. We should show the patient a wristwatch and ask the patient what it is. And we should repeat the same thing with the pencil. And 1 point should be given for each correct answer. Then it is repetition is the second part, in which we should ask the patient to repeat the sentence after us. So there should not be any ifs, ands, or buts, and we should give only one trial to the patient. If they are able to repeat properly, then we'll give a score of 1. Next is a three-stage command. We should give the patient a piece of blank paper and say, take this paper in your hand, fold it in half, and put it on the floor. We should give 1 point for each part of the command correctly executed by the patient. Next part is reading. On a blank piece of paper, we should print or write the sentence. Close your eyes in letters which are large enough for the patient to see clearly. We should ask the patient to read the sentence and do what it says. We should give the patient 1 point if the patient actually closes his or her eyes. Since it is not a test of memory, we can prompt the patient that to do what the paper is saying. Next part is writing. We should give the patient a blank piece of paper and ask him or her to write a sentence for you. We should not dictate the sentence. It should be written spontaneously. The sentence must contain a subject and a verb and make sense. Correct grammar and punctuation are not necessary. So next part is copying. We should show the patient the picture of two intersecting pentagons and ask the patient to copy the figure exactly as it is. All 10 angles must be present and two must intersect to score 1 point. We should ignore if there are any tremors or rotations. So coming to the interpretation of the MMSE, out of the total 30 points, if it is less than 24, it is considered abnormal. If it is less than 21, there are increased odds of dementia. If it is more than 25, there are decreased odds of dementia. And if according to the education, if the score is 21, it will be abnormal for 8th grade education. If it is less than 23, it will be abnormal for high school education. And if it is less than 24, it will be abnormal for college education. Then severity, 0 to 17 is considered severe cognitive impairment, 18 to 23 is considered mild cognitive impairment, and 24 to 30 is considered as no cognitive impairment. Coming to the advantages and disadvantages of MMSE, one big advantage is that it's a very brief test and very easy to administer, and it can be used as a quick screening tool for dementia on OPD basis. The disadvantages of MMSE are it has a narrow scope, it has inability to detect subtle memory losses, and also interpretation complexity as age, education, and cultural background affect the scores. These are the reference which I have used. Thank you.